All right, good evening, everybody. If you can see my face and hear my voice, I'd like you to just type 1 in the comment section. If you can see my face and hear my voice, just type 1 in the comment section. Type 1 in the comment section. Now, first of all, this weekend I'll be trading synthetic indices all through. Make sure you are in the signal group to take free signals, okay? And make sure you maintain proper risk to reward ratio. Be in the signal group, be in the synthetic signal group. If you have not joined, go and join. Follow your account, go and join. You can make money throughout this weekend. From now, this is Friday night. At the end of this class, I will launch into my charts because I've not traded synthetic indices for a couple of days now. Today I traded gold and GBP USD. Gold. No, I didn't trade GBP USD. I traded only gold. I traded only gold. Though I've been on that gold since yesterday, it only got to take profit today. Okay, so I don't think I opened any new position trade today. No, I didn't open any new position today, but I've been on gold since yesterday, and it got to take profit today. So I think that's all the signal I traded today. Today I didn't really open a new trade today. No. I was only watching when that news was coming out. During that news, it pushed my trade, and thank God that it my trade take profit before the second news. Second news that came up around the first news was 2:45. The second news was around 3:40, 3:30 or 3:45 also. That second news, thank God the first news that taken me to take profit. The second news was crazy. Price reversed and it was brutal. It was brutal. Thank God I'm already out of the market. It was really, really brutal. It was massively brutal. Okay. So I didn't enter a new trade today. I just followed up managed my trades yesterday. But from now till Sunday night, I'll be in synthetic. I'll be with synthetic indices. I'll be trading. I'll be looking at my favorite pairs. Okay. Couple of them. I'll be looking at them from tonight. Immediately after this class, I'll start looking at them because I just came back from gym. After from office to gym, from gym I'm back, and I want to teach you tonight. Okay, so um want to share something with you very briefly, and you will love it. It's simple. It's very simple, but it's very powerful. Very simple, very powerful. It's still the continuation of the trend line. It's still the continuation of the trend line. Okay, and but an aspect of the trend that is very powerful, trend line breakout rather. I've taught you so many things. In fact, what I've taught you is enough to make you a successful trader. But see, sometimes the forex trading it is very, very risky. Very, very risky. Nothing in this world is as risky as forex trading. But then the word risk does not mean that you should run away from it. No, the word risk does not mean you run away from it. The word risk means much knowledge is required. Every time you hear that something is very risky, something is very risky, to fly an airplane is very risky. To be a pilot is very risky. To be a medical doctor is very risky because the life of people depends on your hands. And to do so many things in life is very, very risky. But see, you see all these risky professions, much knowledge is required, to earn qualification in those fields. And the same thing for financial market. Very, very risky. It means much knowledge is required. But I've come to realize something in the recent time, especially at the middle of last year. I came to realize something, and that's what excited me about teaching. Teaching more, actually. I've been teaching since 2019. Just a moment, please. So I've been teaching since 2019, and but for some time I stopped teaching. Just faced building my portfolio. But then, but something happened last year. I discovered that you don't have to know everything to be profitable in the market. You don't have to know 1,001 things. See, you can know very simple thing, but you know it very well. You stick to it. You are addicted to it, and it can guarantee you profit every now and then, consistent profit. Let me tell you something. What I've taught you in class, what I've taught you in class so far in this your training class, this your own class, is more than enough to make you profitable. The question is, are you going to work out what you have been taught? Are you going to work it out? It's not difficult to be profitable. It's not difficult to learn strategy. It is the discipline. The discipline of sticking to a strategy is what make you consistently profitable. Because see, to be a profitable forex trader, very few things are required. But a few things are deep. You have to be, for example, your discipline has to be very deep. Your discipline has to be very deep. Number two, your strategy, adherence to your strategy, your proven strategy has to be another level, as in adhering to a simple strategy. Let me tell you something. See, I've come to realize that every profitable forex trader can explain their strategy to you in 2 minutes. In 2, 3 minutes, they can explain it to you. It may require a long time to lay a foundation. For example, I've been laying a foundation for this. This is 16th class I've been having with you. The first 2 classes were just to lay foundation. But you see, when it comes to raw hedge that you have in the market, in 2, 3 minutes, you can explain it. And sticking with those simple strategies, sticking with strategy it requires very strong discipline, I'm telling you. Because sometimes the strategy you stick to will have its own downside. It will make you to lose money. When you're losing money in the strategy, can you still stay with that strategy? Because the strategy that make you to lose now will deliver to you later on. Now, so what because see, there is no 100% strategy, 100% winning strategy in the market. There is none. It does not exist. There's nobody in the foreign market that says, "Oh, my strategy is 1%, does not lose." No, 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 no. You're not the market maker. Okay? Even banks trade and lose money. Okay, let alone you a retail trader. So there is no strategy in the market. So when if you imagine your strategy is 60% winning, and then when it gives you the downside of its 40%, are you going to quit that strategy and look for another one? So the problem people have is that when they are working out a strategy and then they're not losing, the next thing is that they want to hop into another strategy, jump into another one, look for another better strategy. And then before you know it, year in, year out, they're just jumping from one strategy to another strategy. And that's not discipline. That's not discipline. And you see, so if you wait to what I've taught you so far, the discipline to adhere with it, to learn it very deep. Sometimes you back test. I've taught you, there's still a lot to teach you, but yeah, I'm going to be ending this class in the next 3 classes. 3 classes, I'll be ending the class. But if I didn't fit to do more, I'll be giving you a recorded, I'll be having general teachings now, not systematic teaching like I'm teaching you now, because yours now, I'm following a syllabus, but my subsequent videos for you will be just at a random tips that can help you, tips that can make you a better trader, what I'll be releasing to you. So, but then if you look at the simple thing I've taught you, see, sometimes it's just a very simple thing that requires, that you have to be mechanical about. The word is being mechanical, See, you have won the market when you have become mechanical with the market. When your emotion has been reduced to the barest minimum concerning winning and losses, you have won the market. When it's not about how much you make anymore, but about how much you follow your process, how much you follow your hedge in the market, that is when you have already won the market. That's when you can begin to make profit consistently. Because you see, it is it is generally known that people close their winning trade faster and they endure their losing trade in hope, because this market is controlled by three things: fear, greed, hope. Fear, greed, hope. These are the three things that control the market. Fear, greed, hope. These are the things that control this market. So if you are able to be disciplined enough to control your fear, manage your greed, and control your hope, you will be a consistent, profitable trader. Please note that my interest in this class is not to make you to be profitable, but to make you to be consistently profitable. Consistently profitable. And so let's dive into our slide, then we dive into our chart. Okay. So you discover that in one of the last classes, you discover that in one of the last classes, I was saying something. This is 105. I think I was saying something like where was it? Where were we saying something? Okay. Okay. Yeah, yeah. This is it. This line. Watch this line. Watch this line. Now I said the more times a trend line is obeyed, listen, please pay attention. The more times a trend line is obeyed, the stronger it is, and the market moves fast from it when broken. Very strong statement. Very, very strong statement. The more times the trend line is obeyed, that means trend line bounce. I mean, trend of the trend line has been bouncing, it's been bouncing. Price gets to that place and bounces back. Price gets to that place and bounces back. Okay, so that's trend line trading strategy. The more times the trend line is obeyed, the stronger it is, and the market moves fast from it when broken. This is what I want to focus on this night. This one. So there's a strategy that we brought out from that, which is this strategy. Look at it, a favorite strategy. A favorite. I don't want to say my favorite strategy, but it's a favorite strategy. It's not my most favorite strategy, but it's a very powerful strategy. Now, a favorite strategy: 3 touch points, 1 week of data. 3 touch points, 1 week of data. That means when my trend line is respected 3 times, and I have my point 1, point 2, point 3, or 3 touch points or more. Let me do or more. 3 touch points or more. Because the more times a trend line is obeyed, the stronger it is, and the faster price moves away from it when broken. You still remember the statement? 3 touch points, 3 touch points. Okay, let's just leave it at this. 3 touch points or more, or okay, let's do this. 3 or more, 3 or more touch points, 1 week of data. 3 or more touch points, 1 week of data. That means when trend line is touched 3 times or more, first time price respected, the second time price respected, third time will be your entry in that direction. If it's an uptrend, if it's an upward trend line, you'll be buying. If the downward trend line, you'll be selling. Then the third, the fourth time, blah blah, the fifth time, it's possible price can respect the trend line as many times as possible. But when it breaks, when that trend line breaks, I remember one particular time last year, I was trading USJPY. I just saw it was in the news. It was a downward trend line has touched 3 times. So news came in. I was like, how am I going to trade this news that is coming? Very strong news. Very strong news that was coming. How am I going to trade this very strong news? So I realized that. So I've already drawn a particular trend line, 3 touch, but I touched 3 times. So in my mind, if this trend line breaks, I'm going to be entering bullish because it was a downward trend line. If this trend line breaks, I'll be entering bullish. Now, it was in the news that the trend line broke. Price broke through the trend line to the upside. But I waited for a little pullback, and then as it continued, I saw another candle, a bullish engulfing candle. I entered the trade. You see the price jumped up. It jumped up. And in a few minutes, it has gone in several pips, several pips. So when you have 3 touch points, 1 week of data, it shows a change in the direction of the market. It's very simple. Just memorize it. 3 touch point, 3 or more touch points, 1 week of data. So let's go to the chart and let's see how it looks like. Let's see how it looks like. Let's see how it looks like on the chart. It's beautiful when you see it on the chart, bro. It's beautiful and I love it. I love it. My goodness, I love it. That day, I think I took gold trade. Gold was buying that last year, so I was selling. I was selling and I was making profit. And I remember my old students. One of my is an online friend. He has never really come to our class, but then he used to chat, he used to, check our trades online and comment. So the guy said, bro, why are you selling gold when gold was buying? He did not know. I already have my 3 touch point line that was broken, and I was taking in the opposite direction of the major trend, and everybody was already buying. Okay, so it's important that you note that. So now